Astaroth was one of many demon lords who terrorized the realm of humans. He sought to rule over us by attacking the last remaining royal, Princess Primprin. Yes, really. But little did he know that this would bring about his very demise, for her beloved Sir Arthur set out on a quest to vanquish the evil demon lord. Welcome to the 14th episode of Drunk Powerscaling, the show where I hungoverly powerscale my favourite characters.
That was pathetic.
Of course, Arthur overcame the armies of darkness he faced, and time again, defeated Demon Lord after Demon Lord, all in the name of love, no matter the odds. And to accomplish this, he needed his fair share of weapons, armors, and skills. There's his standard knight armor, which, game mechanics aside, is fairly durable. There's the bronze armor from Super Ghouls and Ghosts that has similar durability, but allows Arthur to transmutate weapons into something better. From Ultimate Ghosts and Goblins, there's the warrior armor, doubling magical power and slightly buffing defense, and the Emperor's armor, which further stacks defense. Now, those four can stack onto each other in gameplay, but the rest of these are just extensions of the original standard knight armor. There's the angelic armor, increasing magical power and granting flight. There's the cursed armor, with two variants. The positive grants bonus power and agility, but not defense, whilst the negative grants bonus defense, but doesn't grant any power or agility. The dark armor buffs physical stats, but he can't use magic or shields. And with the golden armor, his stats are buffed, plus he gains some new weapon upgrades. Speaking of weapons, there's his iconic lance, which can be upgraded with the bronze or golden armors to produce fire. He also possesses a sword, as well as a throwing shield that can destroy projectiles. There's the quick daggers, which can gain a power buff. He has a crossbow that when upgraded can shoot fire. The scatter crossbow can shoot in all directions. The fire crossbow shoots fire, and the elect crossbow shoots, well, electricity. He can throw torches, upgradable axes, scythes, and discus. He also has the princess's goddess bracelet. And because he's secretly a Belmont, he has the Vine Whip for grabbing items and the Electricity Whip. For a homing option, he has the Swallow Blade. And for some explosive firepower, there's bombs. We've mentioned magic a lot, so what does he actually have? There's Pyrokinesis, Electrokinesis that allows for lightning bolts, Aerokinesis, Nuclear Magic, Astral Projection, Mirror Shields, and he can canonically resurrect himself from death. How that works in lore, we don't actually know. Quite the list that won't be hard at all to find footage for. Now, to have games as difficult as Dark Souls, you need some power in your protagonist to back it up. So, let's go over some feats and scaling. He's defeated building-sized demon lords numerous times. He's torn free of these webs. He's defeated Shielder, who destroyed this bridge. He's destroyed this large rock. He's beat Astaroth, who created an illusion the size of the first game, making you the player restart and beat the game a second time, because arcade machines. Now, this is obviously very vague, as we don't know the extent of his power, or if it's actual power and not just some basic reality warping. Our best guess is to just assume it's similar in size to the demon world in which he comes from. Lucifer's defeat, quote, restored the world. A possible planet level feat, but again, it's more likely just referring to the armies of darkness disappearing. This is too vague. Assuming it's planet level would be an assumption, and I don't like doing that unless there's some hard evidence. Now, this is questionable, but one of the most common enemies is the red armor, something like that, and Firebrand is one of them. Firebrand is the protagonist of the Gargoyles Quest trilogy, which takes place in the same story, with Firebrand being a high-ranking soldier in Astaroth's army, so Arthur should logically scale since both are comparable to Demon Lords, and Firebrand defeated Phalanx, who froze this magma, and Firebrand cleansed all of the demon world with his fire alone, eliminating all of the black light plaguing it. Now, this may sound more impressive than it is, but the demon world is actually just a place on Earth, not a realm, which further backs up Lucifer's, quote, restored the world feat, not actually being the whole world. And bear in mind, Firebrand has the hottest flames in the world, so if we assume that this takes place in England, given how British a lot of human names are in the games, it comes out to mountain level. Hell, if that's a stretch, Arthur's defeated demons who can create massive thunderstorms, so even if Firebrand scaling is iffy to you, it doesn't matter. Now, there are arguments for large consonant Firebrand, considering Phalanx, who we defeated, burns all of Mackay to ash once, but this was not intentional and came from the crests, which isn't a part of Phalanx's arsenal, and was not used in his boss fight, so I can't really count this. So with that being said, we can solidly place Arthur at large mountain level without question. Neat, let's move on to speed.
Where is Sir Arthur? Here.
Come with me.
He's comparable to movements from this demon. He's comparable to enemies who can dodge crossbows. Firebrand has dodged these ballista bolts. He's dodged cannonballs. He can summon lightning and is comparable to demons who can dodge it. And he can react to attacks from those demons that made the thunderstorm, as well as these lasers, but they're very likely not light speed, just given how they come out. And you see this constant, yet Firebrand flew across it in seconds, and Arthur should be able to react to Firebrand. So, sub-relativistic reaction speeds. Neat. Now, although the games may suggest he's not very durable, I beg to differ.
Stay behind us, my Lady Morrigan.
Oh, don't worry about me, Arthur. I can take care of myself. Not all women are princesses in need of rescuing.
Tell that to the princess.
He can endure your typical elemental blasts. He's even survived attacks from Hades, who shakes the ground with just his fists, and Shielder, who broke that bridge. Given his victories over the likes of Satan himself, he should be able to take blows from magma freezing Phalanx. And if he can take hits from him, then Arthur surviving Firebrand isn't a stretch. And remember that thunderstorm? Yeah, he took hits from the people who made it. Unfortunately, this is one of those cases where attack potency is basically equal to durability, which is fine, it just makes this video a bit boring. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you'd like to see more classic games that don't get power scaled very often on this channel. With that being said, stay safe, and as always, be excellent to each other.